Hey, everybody, it's David Duford here at davidduford.com, where I help insurance agents like you guys become top producers. And today I am with Jeff Root at wpinsurance.org. Say hello today, Jeff.
Hey, guys.
So I'm having Jeff on here because he's into a lot of things, all dealing with digital websites for insurance agents. And I had him come in today to spend some time talking about his new application and his new program he's doing. So, Jeff, why don't you kind of give us a little overview of what wpinsurance.org is all about, and we'll take it from there.
For sure. Yeah, so WP Insurance is a WordPress theme for insurance agents in any niche. But for this interview, I'll just stick to final expense since that's your audience here. But I built WP Insurance with a co-founder here so that agents had an affordable way to have a high-performing website. So, I understand there's a lot of website offers out there, and the issue that I see with all of them is agents don't really own their websites, and they're limited in the things that they can implement. And that's kind of why I built this. So agents can actually own the source code for a really affordable price, and you don't pay any monthly fees or anything like that. You own it for a one-time payment, and you can do anything you want. It's open source. So that's kind of why that's how I built my business on WordPress, and that's how a lot of agents and some people you've interviewed too, David, have built their websites as well using WordPress. Built their lead generation engines on the WordPress platform. So this WordPress theme just kind of gives you the foundation to do it quickly and really efficiently.
Yeah, so for the layman out there that maybe has a website, doesn't know much about it, knows that it's needed, or perhaps somebody who's looking to get into some sort of organic, not even necessarily organic, but just a web presence. Why would you say, or how would you say the WP Insurance a program you have is different from just, say, what you had mentioned? You said something about ownership. Can you kind of expand on that just for the sake of
it? Yeah. So, talking to agents for years and helping them with their digital marketing with websites, what I noticed was, number one, a lot of these agents were with these insurance website builders where they were being charged $50 to $100 every month, right? So, and you get a good looking website with that. You don't have to do much to get it. It's all great. But you may own the domain name of that website, but you don't own the source code. So if you wanted to exit your business, for example, sure, you'd have the domain name, but that person would keep have to paying those payments. And what happens if that service goes away, or somebody acquires it and they kill it, or any number of things? So this kind of gives you ownership of the source code. So you have everything. You can sell it off. In fact, there's been several, 6 and 7 figure acquisitions of agents' websites just because they grew so quickly. And a lot of people are scooping it up. So there's no reason, if you're going to market anything online, you should own the source code. So you can do anything you want to it. So you can customize it the way you want. Any sort of new technology comes out from the insurance companies or InsurTech marketplace out there, you'd be able to integrate it. So it kind of gives you flexibility to do what you want with your website. But also, it's way cheaper to have your own WordPress theme instead of paying $50 to $100 every month. Our sites, for one site, starts at $400. And a lot of these, you're going to pay that within 3 or 4 months of renting a website from somewhere else. So ownership is a big thing, just because there's a marketplace out there that if you wanted to sell your website, you could, if you built it up enough. If you had a lead generating machine, it's a sellable asset. So it's not just your book of business you can sell.
I would compare this to owning your own book of business as an insurance agent, right? It's like you can create this great block of business, but if you're not vested, right, and you want to go somewhere else and work, well, that actually ends up being the property of the agency or whomever you work for. So It's the same thing here, because as many of your agents and people that you've trained on web development have become very successful, if they didn't own their business, didn't own the content, which is really the asset that the business is, it would be, you're at the mercy, of whatever they would do. So besides ownership, kind of tell me more about how this can help agents differently than owning your own, and owning a website in a different capacity?
Yeah. So, I'll kind of go through a lot of the differences between our offer and other offers out there, because I know a lot of agents, they'll search insurance website builder or something along those lines, and they'll either go the route of paying somebody a fee and kind of getting what the services they offer, or they'll try WordPress on their own and just buy anything out there and just, slap a logo on it, their phone number, and write some content. You have like a decent looking site, and it is on WordPress. You own it and everything, but the argument I'll make is that ours will outperform anything out there. So that's what I'll cover here. Like, so it's kind of the biggest problems with agent websites and kind of what the WP Insurance theme does to overcome that. So a lot of the themes out there are built for desktops. And in fact, when somebody's building a website, it's for your desktop. You see how it looks great, but over half of your traffic, over 55% on my sites, are coming from mobile devices, including tablets. So really, most of your traffic, even if you're ranking the search engines, you're buying traffic through Facebook or Google or YouTube or whatever, it's coming from mobile. So websites need to be mobile first. And what that means is it needs to render quickly on mobile. If your website doesn't render within 3 seconds, I would say you have some work to do on that, because people will try to get to your website, but they'll pop off. So there's a bunch of data behind it that if it doesn't load in that amount of time. And so our theme was built super light and mobile first, meaning it will render quickly in mobile. We also have a call to action that stays at the very top of the screen when you scroll. So all of our websites, will, if you're scrolling down, you're reading an article, there's going to be that, final expense quotes, click here. That's always going to be in front of them. And that just results in more conversions. So, you may have a website, it may look good on mobile, but if you don't have that conversion feature at top, or it doesn't load quick enough, you're losing traffic. And that actually, if you're ranking the search engines, it hurts your search engine rankings. Google actually crawls the mobile version of your website. And so it's really important to make sure that's quick. They notice those types of things.
So you're taking some best practices from obviously data-driven tests you've done on what converts well, and implementing it kind of like a point-and-click solution right in this web design program you have.
Right. And it is very point-and-click too. So in the design features, so when you get into WordPress, you can literally customize the whole thing. You'll go into the design builder, and you can choose a color, you can choose an image, and you can see live how it looks on your website. So you can build something beautiful. We have all the carrier logos in there for most of the final expense carriers and other insurance carriers as well. But, and you can add these logos that will fit beautifully in your site, that are mobile friendly, that'll render great. So there's a lot of things that you can do without much knowledge about WordPress or anything, and design a beautiful site and see how it looks in real time before publishing. So we have that on the back end. We call it our design builder. But yeah, so there's a lot of other things too. That separates our offer from other website offers out there. Another thing is that most website builders, if you're paying $50 to $100 a month for your website, that's the going rate from the top 3 that I see out there. You're kind of held within this box, right? So there's not, it won't be able to implement with everything that's coming out here. You may have some sort of qualification tool or quoter or something that you want to put on your website. You want your website to do a certain thing that you saw, maybe a calculator of some sort. I don't know, whatever it is. But you have to play within their rules. You're playing within their sandbox, right? And so with the WP Insurance thing, it's built on WordPress, right? You can implement anything you want. So integrate with anything you want. It's doable because WordPress is open source. And there's a lot of people out there that support this as well. So if you have trouble figuring out how to integrate with anything, number one, WP Insurance, our support service, will help you with it. But number two is you can even go find a third-party developer to help you implement anything into your site. So flexibility is the big thing, especially if you are marketing online for insurance.
Yeah, I'll go back to a comment you mentioned earlier on the mobile rendering. I think that's really, really important. And I can tell you from firsthand experience, when I was working on my retail website to consumers, I had no awareness even that was even some. I understood it as important, but I had no understanding of how I could actually check to see if it was. And when I finally got around to checking, I was just like blown away at how horrific it looked to literally half of my traffic coming in.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that literally alone will go tremendous lengths to help with ranking, to help with people to stay on the page and read your content. Because if you guys ever been to a website that's ancient, that's not mobile friendly, you just won't spend any time on it. It doesn't matter how good your content is. It's people jet, man. Isn't that right?
Yeah. I mean, I click on a website on my mobile phone, and if it doesn't load quick, I pop out and go to somewhere else, and
Yeah.
it's
Like
just,
there's 99 plus other searches in Google that you can
right.
go to that probably will be fine, and that's kind of what you have to think is what's in the best interest of the user, so that's cool to hear that.
Yeah. And also just to kind of back that data up, if you go to the testimonials page on WP Insurance, you'll see that a lot of agents switched from their WordPress site to the WP Insurance theme and immediately got more leads just because of the conversion on mobile. Their site really didn't look much different than what ours does right now. Their current, I guess, I was advising them before, but then, we switched it over and had all these new mobile changes, and they started getting more leads already. So check out the testimonials on WP Insurance. You'll see some agents that just by these small fixes, you don't even think about. You don't even think it's important, but it's important if you're online and you're marketing online.
And many times you'll just be unaware of it. And that costs you conversions, rankings, everything. So you mentioned mobile conversion, CTA maximization. What are some of the other offers or benefits that you guys provide that will help agents?
Yeah. So, I mean, we have custom forms. So a lot of people who buy websites, they think they need to go get a quoter out there, and quoters work. They're great for conversion purposes to get instant quotes, right? That's great if you can do it, but you're going to pay a monthly fee for that. If you're just getting started and want to go without a quoter, we have a custom quote form that's built mobile first. So it renders to mobile beautifully, right? But it's also, you can build it out the way you want it. You can ask any question you want on it. So if you wanted to just target people in your city, you can just, put your city on there and maybe ask a zip code. I don't know what you would do there, but you could make it do anything. You could choose different coverage amounts, whatever you want it to say. And so it's completely custom. And we can post that directly to your CRM, or we can default to email as well. And the data we pass through there is important, right? So a lot of these forms, sure, you can go get a custom form out there and integrate it in your website, but we're passing along information that a custom form wouldn't. Number one, we're passing along the page that the lead was generated on. So you can track it back to your campaign. You can, you can see if it was from a diabetics page on your website. You can see, oh, okay, they're probably diabetic, right? So you have some more information. We also pass along the IP address as well. And like I said, you get that email to you, but it can also post to your CRM as well. So if you're working within a CRM, and that's all included, like there's no additional cost for that. You can build unlimited forms for unlimited products. And a lot of agents that are doing paid advertising online are really using this because they're making these very specific forms. Okay. Residents of Austin, Texas, final expense, and then with a picture of Austin, Texas on the landing page and this custom form, and it's really just kind of calling people out. And they just build a bunch of these and drive traffic through Facebook or other means as well. So you're really, the digital marketers insurance are really gravitating towards this theme because of these forms that you can build, and they look amazing. So that's another thing that's included that not a lot of the website builders have out there. They have these forms, but you can't customize them. So that was one of the big things we wanted to make sure we did with this theme.
Right. You mentioned earlier that you guys have clients who moved or migrated their website over to WP Insurance. How can you explain that process for those out there who have a website, they're intrigued by what you're doing? How easy is that process to move from what they're doing now to what you guys do?
So if you have a WordPress site, it's very easy. You simply download the file that after you purchase and you upload it. And we have video content on how to do that. So we have an over-the-shoulder look on how to transfer your website from your current WordPress theme to our WordPress theme. It'll take you less than 20 minutes. And that's just, clicking, pausing, because it's all in video over the shoulder look. It's not hard at all. You upload the theme, you switch the theme, And basically you have to redo the homepage, but you can do that within 5 to 10 minutes. And we show you exactly how to do. All your content will transfer fine from all your pages. The only thing that won't transfer is if you made any custom calculators or any custom code on your site, then we'd ask you to email us first just to make sure we know it'll transfer over.
Right.
But it's very easy. Yeah.
What else do we need to know I haven't covered yet?
Yeah, man. So we have landing pages built in. That's big. So, as you know, David, I generate life insurance leads. That's kind of the core of everything that I've built is based on our lead gen. And so we've built these landing pages that you go into a WordPress page, you click landing page there, and you can write the copy, and you can choose your form, and the form, and write your copy, and it'll be a high converting landing page, meaning it's exactly what we use to generate most of our leads. You can do that with a few clicks of a button.
So these agents can use forms that have essentially been tested and proven to have conversion.
Yeah, yeah. We're getting a lot of people buying our theme from people who have courses to generate leads on Facebook and YouTube and so on, because it's really easy to get a landing page built out, to put the tracking in there so you can see how many you've converted and all that. So we have a place to put pixels on the thank you page and everything for the more advanced marketers watching this right now. So we make it just really easy, and you really don't have to think about testing much for design because we've done it, and it's the same things that we use right now, the same designs. So you're getting that with it as well. So
yeah, that's great, because I'm not a Facebook marketer at all, but I understand that a lot of the marketing or conversion is taking place off of Facebook for final expense, at least, because one of the biggest complaints I'm hearing is people are getting their privacy policy rejected or whatever because of trading information. So they're taking it off of Facebook. So it's good you can simply rely on what you guys have already essentially spent your money on to figure out if it's good or not. Makes the agent's life easier.
Yeah. I mean, we built this with marketers in mind. Anybody who wants to generate a lead, anybody who wants to build trust with their client base, even if they're not marketing online, even if you don't even care to write content and rank in Google, even if you're not generating leads through Facebook, YouTube, Google, Bing, whatever it is, you can build a beautiful site that builds trust. And, and that's a big thing. I talk to a lot of agents who are out there just buying leads, and that's fine. That's how most agents operate. They turn a profit because of the great sales training that you have, others have, and they can turn a profit on any lead, really. So, when I talk to agents like that, I always ask them some things like, hey, I mean, what do you do to get referrals? Is it just simply on the phone? Like, if you're getting email addresses, can your website kind of back up kind of what you're doing? Can you send emails and send them to your site? Can you, do you think your prospects are Googling you? Shouldn't you own that first spot for your name and insurance in Google? I mean, there's a lot there that agents can do, even if you're not marketing online. If you're sending any email out to a prospect, I think you need a website.
Yeah, and it's easier now than ever. And unlike having to find people who are unfamiliar with the dynamics of insurance lead conversion and understanding the market like you guys, it's an option now, and it's the nice thing is I've worked with you guys through different projects for years. You guys have been around, you understand the business. There are people who are extremely successful associated with you, and anybody that wants to get into any sort of digital marketing should absolutely consider it. Highly, highly recommended.
Yeah.
So Jeff, tell us where we could go to learn more about WP Insurance and possibly checking it out.
Yeah, so wpinsurance.org. So you'll see a bunch of videos on there that kind of describe exactly what it is, what it gives you, how it's good for, pay-per-click, or, why it ranks well in the search engines. But more importantly, it also has testimonials on it, and you can see the pricing on it too. And if you're scared of setting a site up, on the checkout page, there's a done for you service on there where you can just click that box for a small fee. We'll just build the whole site up. We'll connect your hosting and your registrar, add the SSL certificate. If this is all Chinese to you, then you're probably a prospect for it. And then we'll build the site so it looks beautiful. On the questionnaire, we ask what carriers you represent so we can get those logos on there for you. You don't have to lift a finger and you're going to have a beautiful site. So, if that's scaring you, check out the Done For You service on the checkout page. You can just check a box and we'll complete everything for you within a week.
And then I think you're going to send me a link, right? And I'll post it in the box below. Isn't that what you're going to?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So follow that link. It is an affiliate link just for full transparency. You don't even have to go there. You can go to wpinsurance.org directly if you'd like. Doesn't matter to me. But if you want to, follow the link and you'll get everything that Jeff mentioned. Awesome. Jeff, thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, absolutely. And if anybody has any questions, you can contact us on the website. Be happy to answer anything.
All right, man. Have a wonderful day. See you.
All right. Thanks. See you.